Hello, everybody. This is Rampage, and we are back on the Mindfair server. Um, I'm currently in a call with DK, so I'm gonna go ahead and undeafen. Hello. Hmm. Arcade Paradise. Uh, maybe. Ar. I do. Ah, yeah. You've apparently bought me the game before. Trying to think. Yeah. Yeah. I definitely. You've definitely bought it for me at some point. So have you played any new games recently? Oh? What are those? Why are you dying? Dying's not healthy. Huh. I don't think land normally meant to do that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hmm. Okay. I see. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. So, who are you fighting? Mhm. Yeah, okay. That's that makes sense. So you don't want to upset the pirate lords, but you have to remove the pirates that are trying to steal from you. Okay. I see. Hmm. Are they like I mean, you don't have to risk dying if you never fight anyone. Hmm. Hmm. So does it like have a system where the stuff that's sold more is worth less, or is it just like a set number? Okay, so like depending on where you are, the prices will be different. Yeah, or at least less expensive than it would be otherwise. Doesn't let you keep your stuff from the demo? Ah, okay. That makes sense. Wow. That's yeah, that's a really bad thing to have happen. Huh. Well, that's actually like unofficial mod? Because like if it's unofficial, that's actually really cool. Because what I mean by unofficial is like just some person made it, and if they're like actively promoting some random person's mod, that's really cool. Yeah. That's actually not that bad compared to some other games. It's not. And what is that? So so you backed it, got a free copy from backing it, which I guess really means it's not free, and then went ahead and bought it again. Hmm. Hmm. Ah. Okay. Okay. That may okay. Hmm. That's kind of neat. An archmage? Yeah. Makes sense. Huh. Mm. Unless it's like D&D where the clerics have more than just healing spells. Uh-huh. Okay. Okay, but it's like definitely healing based. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. I see. So you're heavily incentivized to make it out. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so you're looking for an item and not like a door. Okay. It's kind of neat because if you find the crystal really early, you can keep going. So the mana doesn't regen at all? Oh. But you can't recover it out of combat. That's really weird. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. So is it turn-based combat? But still turn-based. So like D&D turn-based. Okay. Inst- instant death spell. Huh. And you're still an apprentice, you said? Huh. Yeah. I don't see why they're teaching apprentices instant death spells. I see. Hmm. Okay. What happens if you use it against an enemy that's red? Do they become do they absorb the fire and become stronger? Oh, I see. Yeah. And those are? Oh, so there's like a whole job system? Ah, okay. Okay. Eh, I see. Makes sense. Oh. Huh. I see. It seems simple. Hmm. That makes sense. That's kind of generous, honestly, because like you're breaking a weapon. I feel like you would normally have to pay for that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. What did you say this game was again? Yeah, I kind of assumed that. Thank you. Okay, yeah, I see what you mean now. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hmm. Ah, I mean that makes sense. Does that like give you spells? So it's like a Wikipedia page. I see. Yeah, like kind of hope that you get like a spell or something. Hmm. Maybe there's like a requirement of classes before you can get the next evolution of your class. Oh. Hmm. I see. There's lightning over there? Wow. There is no lightning over here. I can tell just from the store page art that it's a very different game. Hello, Mr. B.
Hello, hello.
You have arrived.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Definitely.
How you guys doing tonight?
I'm doing well.
That's a good thing.
So what have you been up to, Mr. Bean?
I find it interesting that every time I launch this new Minecraft browser, launcher, it has to install. And then every time I hit the load button, it has to install and download and prepare. And it's doing the same Minecraft version every time.
Software having to update to run the same version it was already on. That's so odd.
Pretty strange.
It is very weird. I don't know why they like that's the launcher's problem cuz like on a different launcher it's fine. I don't have to update. Like I use Badline. I don't have to update every time. Unless I'm doing a new version. So it is just the default Minecraft launcher, which is really weird.
Yeah. All right, so what are we doing?
I'm like over 20,000 blocks away. I just kind of flew in a direction.
Aren't you supposed to be building this creeper
Oh
generator?
yeah. I did not build the creeper thing.
You did not build it? Yeah,
Uh,
but you're supposed to be.
I'll go.
The little minecart's spinning like crazy.
That's
You are
alright. I
going.
discovered that Minecraft had apparently disabled my shaders. I was
That's
like, wait a
weird.
minute. This game is usually way more prettier than this.
Yeah.
You were gonna light stuff up, I believe.
I can. What do you want me to light up?
Everywhere a mob can spawn.
In like a kind of sort of close radius?
Uh,
Like all down there?
yeah, like the cave. It's a pretty large radius, but
Okay, let me go. I think I've got a whole bunch of sea lanterns.
I mean, you can use torches. Whatever is cheapest.
I guess I think I just have sea lanterns, so I'm gonna go see. So you think we need to light it up to make the zombies spawn?
So when a mob will spawn, it chooses between every theoretical, like every possible spawn point. So the chances of it spawning over here are small, just because of how many other places it could spawn.
I remember this one RPG that had a like a science, and like you were in this village, and there was like this like scientific blackboard, and when you read it, it said that that a sheep could not exist in the same space as another sheep.
Hmm.
And the
That's
more you read their scientific notes, the more they based their entire science on sheep.
uh-huh. I mean,
Slightly concerning.
yeah, that's an odd choice to base all of your science on. I feel like there are better options.
But nope, they decided that all science will be sheep based. Oh, so what did you think about the finale with Camille and Cicero?
Um, what did you think, Mr. B?
Um, I mean, everything in that show was kind of pushing it. So, kind of lined up with that idea. I mean, Camille's what, a vegetable now?
Um, Apparently that was just a really powerful sight, telepathic attack, if you will.
Yeah. Yeah. But, I mean, he does now. He's not fully out of it.
He's there. I mean, like, he's still alive.
Yeah, but he knew enough to reach out to what's a who's it and say, "Here, take my hand, and then you can fly the Gundam too." Because my friends will need that help.
Of course, poor Mr. Bright with the whole double Zeta incident that's occurring.
Double Zeta, we haven't got that far yet. I mean,
Okay.
we do, but
You know, we haven't actually gotten to watch too much.
he you know, Sorry, I'm trying to light up areas here. Can't do more than one thing at a time. So he I mean, the kid steals the Gundam, and he's like, "This one reminds me of Camille and Amuro." Yeah, no, not really.
Yeah, so the main character that I don't remember the name of, and it'll take
Judah.
probably the whole series for me to remember the name of.
Judah.
He gets on the ship after already previously attempting to steal the Gundam. And Bright's like having flashbacks of Amuro and Camille, and I feel like they had different circumstances.
Bright is detecting someone who is a new type, basically. So this is the show kind of hinting that Judah is also a new type.
Well, you didn't have to hint at that.
They did that already. It's like not necessary to do anymore.
You have to be a new type to fly the Gundam, so he has to be a new
I
type.
mean, effectively, but no, when he found Camille in the bed or whatever, well, the first time he was stealing the Gundam, it was already like shown that he would be a new type. So it's like you don't really have to hint at it more.
No
It's just-
imagination necessary.
Interesting enough, not all Gundam pilots have been new types.
I thought the whole point of the Gundam was you had to be a new type to fly it.
No.
Amuro was actually so good that the Gundam couldn't keep up with him
But he was a new
at
type.
some points. Yeah. But not all the pilots were new types, and either some of the Gundam pilots developed new typeness, or they just didn't have that particular skill all the time. Particularly the one in War in the Pocket, I don't believe was a new type.
I
I didn't like give y'all War in the Pocket because it's just a depressing.
Yeah, I don't think we
was
saw
like
that
it's
one.
like a 5-episode series, and it's just depressing. Because the main protagonist is Zeon,
Yeah.
and the first episode is everyone in his team except him dying. And then the last episode is him being destroyed by the Gundam.
Ooh, so it's like Halo.
The thing is, though, is like the rest of the series is him and a small child trying to come up with a way to defeat the Gundam. And then the small child watches him die, basically. Killed by someone who actually liked the main protagonist and knew the child personally.
Why?
Because that
Wow.
person was they didn't know this, but the Gundam pilot was like the girl that was like next door, you know? who had no idea that the person that was in the soccer was this person.
That's unlucky.
And had no idea why the child was crying.
Huh.
And they didn't know she was the Gundam pilot.
Huh. That's certainly interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, basically 4 of the episodes are dedicated to them trying to figure out how to win.
And
And
then
set
they
up all
didn't.
these traps and everything. And in the end, it doesn't matter. I just considered that pretty depressing.
Yeah.
And it's like, I mean, it does tell the most important story of just because you want something doesn't mean, uh, even if you work at it, not necessarily will things just go your way.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the writers of the story may not like you.
True. They can't not have the Gundam win.
Well, it was him and his crew members were just like Zaku 2 pilots.
They definitely can't let the Gundam lose to Zaku too.
This one is kind of like one of the other prototypes of the Gundam.
Oh, okay.
So it looked similar to Armoros.
Hmm.
Oh, did you all get a chance to watch Doan's Island yet?
We watched some
So
of
we
it.
watched part of it, and then it was taken off of YouTube.
Oh, did you not get it downloaded?
No, we didn't download it.
We're traveling at the time.
Yeah, we were traveling when we saw the first half, and we're like, it'll probably be there when we get home, and then it wasn't there when we got home.
Yeah, that's. I kind of suspected that it would. That would happen,
So
because it's kind of like a limited release of the theatrical movie.
Ah.
so we got to the point where they're in the cave and everybody discovers where the Gundam is, and they were grumpy at each other.
And
The
then
dude's like, "Go home."
What's interesting is that one of the things inside that cave is the system that at the very beginning, McQuave told the Federation that if they didn't back off, they would launch an attack on a bunch of cities.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what's in the cave.
oh.
And so Doan has kind of the weird indication of, does he follow those orders or not? And in the beginning, there was a historical moment that was actually brought up about World War II, where like the soldiers were ordered to burn Paris down if the Allies took it, but they couldn't bring themselves to do it.
Huh.
Oh no, Mr. B got shot by a skeleton.
Mr. B, no!
Yeah, skellies are not nice. All I'm trying to do is light the place up, and they just want to shoot me. Not very friendly.
So it's gotten very quiet.
I discovered some recordings I made that are like old. After reading them. I was gonna see if I copied a backup, but I don't think I did. But you're also going to find that Judah is very much a different character type than Camille was. I'm not sure if it's just pure confidence.
I think he well, I don't think he has as strong morals. At least based off of what we've seen so far.
I mean, that's fair. He kind of very much is in the approval of survival, I believe.
I think
That's weird. My armor got... I guess, does armor break?
Yes.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Armor can break. Yeah, we're at like the first few episodes, and you know, he's on the ship, and Bright's like, no, don't. Oh, hold on, we gotta make sure that, you know, I have a feeling about that kid, and I'm like, no, just arrest him. Like, he's already broken the law, and he's breaking it again.
But understand, they're like, Bright is still working for the AUG, which is basically just a flat-out rebellion.
Yeah,
so
but
he's
like,
technically a criminal as well.
but
Wrong.
like, he's, by doing that, threatening the lives of a lot of people.
Yeah.
And has already sided with bad guys, whether he knew it or not.
Yeah, it's one of those things where Bright is kind of going with his gut feeling that everything's gonna work out.
I don't know. I would just arrest him. And then, like, okay, so like he didn't arrest him there, and so he steals the Gundam and he saves the day, and it's like he returns the Gundam, and there I feel like you have two choices: either arrest him for stealing it in the first place, or hire him. And Bright does neither.
Bright wants to hire him for free.
Yeah, but like then he has no reason to stay. He could just leave at any point. He's already tried to steal and sell the Gundam like twice. I wouldn't trust that. Like, I feel like this is the person you don't trust. That you don't just, you know, let on your ship to try to steal the Gundam for another time.
What's this stuff? Do we need it?
I don't.
Is it worth money?
Maybe. Or one amethyst shard is 33 cents.
Yeah, not worth money.
This economy is crazy.
Well, but yeah. So after Double Z, it's gonna be Char's counterattack and then Unicorn Gundam. And in Unicorn Gundam, you get to find out what's in the box.
The box?
Yeah, the box.
What box?
The box. That if it was ever opened, the Federation would be immediately destroyed.
Sounds like I need to open the box.
I feel like nothing's in the box. Like if
And it's kind of funny because like there are so many like sub factions and factions in which you have the Gundam pilot who's kind of like sliding between the various factions to try to accomplish his job.
I mean, like, if I were to take a bet as to what's in the box, I would say nothing's in the box.
I don't know. I don't recall what was in the box. And that's really sad. I think I need to rewatch Unicorn Gundam.
It'd be funny if there actually wasn't anything in the box.
What's weird is how both the Federation, members of the Federation, and members of like Neon Zeon also help him in trying to like figure out the box.
I mean, if it destroys the Federation, it makes sense.
I mean, even the Federation like was trying to help because so the members of the Federation that were trying to stop him were ones who actually believed that the Federation would be destroyed by it, but other members of the Federation kind of looked at that, went, "Nah, the Federation's fine," because like we got rid of the Titans, and we got all this solved. We're pretty stable. There's nothing in that box that would harm the Federation. Maybe it could be an inconvenience to the Federation, but if it's the truth, then let's find out the truth. Because this is the Federation after we're members of AU basically rejoin with the Federation at that point.
Yeah.
So it's a more stable Federation.
Stable. I don't think it's as stable as they want people to believe.
There's still like some sub factions out there.
I don't know that I can believe that the Federation can be stable.
By the time of Unicorn Gundam, like Neo Zeon and the Federation hate each other, but like none of them are actually like they're actually at peace.
Huh.
Also, Audrey, who is the last surviving heir of the Zabi family, is in a position of power.
She grew up.
She's still young, and so some of her subordinates are kind of doing things behind her back a little bit. Also, we run into what I like to refer to as a very popular Gundam trope, which we
Kid
haven't
steals
seen.
machine?
No. The popular trope of the Char clone.
There's a Char clone?
Yep. He dresses up as Char. he colors his suit red. He wears a mask. So a lot of Gundam series have like Char clones, but this one like is the first in the like original timeline to have a Char clone. Do you know that Double Zeta Gundam was so hated by fans?
Well, I remember you talking about the fact that they like made a movie for Zeta that made Double Zeta impossible. And that's about all I know.
Yeah, they tried to pretend the series didn't happen. For the longest time, you couldn't even buy Double Zeta. I'm glad that Right Stuff has taken it upon themselves to like bring the rest of the Gundam series to America. Because like beforehand, you had to go to websites, you know, because you couldn't legitimately buy them. There was no legitimate market. I guess after the original series, I have to figure out if I want to introduce you to some alternative universes in Gundam.
They have alternative universes.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Yeah. There's a lot.
There's a lot of them. As far as
There
I can
are some crazy ones, like where like the fate of like who gets to rule the earth is based purely on like Street Fighter with Gundams, in which even Holland has its own Gundam.
That's funny.
If you saw Gundam Holland, I think you would laugh even more. I will find a picture of Gundam Holland. Here we go. There you go.
It's a windmill. It's just,
Really?
they just gave a windmill legs and arms. I don't understand. Why would you? Why? You have like so much. You could do so much, but you just make a windmill.
The idea is that because it's Holland, they're known for their windmills.
Okay. That's goofy though.
So in that Gundam series, every single country has their own Gundam that participates in this kind of tournament. This series should not be taken seriously. Let's just say that. So that Gundam series is called G Gundam.
G Gundam.
Mhm.
What does the G mean?
I have no idea. That series is purely the concept that whichever nation wins the Gundam tournament gets to basically that country gets to take the leading position in the world government.
The best way to decide government leaders.
Mm-hmm. Well, I guess it does definitely suggest who's the strong, who has the best technology and science and all that stuff.
So is it like a battle royale or a series of like is it a round robin? Like how do
Interesting
they?
enough, members can just flat out travel the Earth and challenge each other if they run into each other.
Wait, so
There
like
is eventually a tournament at the very end, but like the beginning part of the tournament, literally you can just run into each other on Earth. Because the idea is that like all the elites and ruling class are on the colonies, and each country has their own colony. And kind of everyone living on Earth is kind of like a low-level peasant.
huh. So wait, until like their deadline, they could just not have anyone be knocked out?
Yeah. In fact, losing doesn't necessarily kick you out of the tournament. Um, if your head unit is destroyed, you are disqualified. So if you get challenged and your head gets destroyed, you get kicked out of the tournament.
Huh. What if you just didn't build a head?
I don't believe that would be a valid unit then.
It would not be a Gundam.
How do they
Yeah,
determine
'cause
the head?
I don't know the specific rule set, but
Because like if it's just where the camera is, you don't need a whole structure just for the camera.
you definitely saw Holland Gundam there.
Yeah, that has a head.
But some of the other countries, they go for very festive things. Like Mexico's Gundam, known as the Tequila Gundam.
Huh, I wonder what that could be based off of.
Here's a picture of some of the other Gundams from the show. Now, this series is also very different because the way the pilots interact is that like they have like they actually stand in their mobile suit or Gundam
Huh.
because like the Gundam like recreates their movements.
I
So they're
see.
kind of like in a 360
It seems a lot more physically intense than all of the other ones.
well, yeah, particularly since many of the people are like martial artists.
Ah,
So their Gundam has kind of been built on their style, if that makes sense.
I see.
Japan's Gundam punches things.
Just punches things?
He also has this move called the burning finger.
They didn't like give him a sword or anything? Like, does he have guns? I feel like he needs.
Well, he's a fist, martial artist.
Okay, but like, just give someone a gun and really fast reverse, and he can't do anything.
Then he might pull out his burning finger.
Is that a ranged move?
He goes really fast when he pulls that out.
I see.
Neo Japan's Gundam has like thrusters,
Hmm.
and so it's pretty fast. His mentor is Master Asia.
Huh. That's a very creative name.
Oh, it gets better. He's also known as Master Asia, the undefeated of the East.
Nice.
Here's a picture of Master Asia.
Huh.
He will defeat you with his towel.
Yeah.
But yeah, um,
Doesn't seem like the most serious Gundam.
yeah, no, no. Um, if I if you saw Burning Finger, that like generally is his like coup d'etat of I use this and I win. Um, you can't take the series serious.
So why doesn't he just use that move at the very beginning of any fight he's in?
This is a good question.
Wait, so there's no reason?
Um, it's a particular technique, so I don't know.
Maybe it just doesn't feel like it.
It's kind of like a Goku kind of move.
I see.
It can only be used when all other options are exhausted. For dramatic plot effect.
Yes.
Wow.
So originally the move starts as I think Shining Finger, and then it becomes Burning Finger later on.
The move evolved.
Um, here's a quick clip of it.
This is very dramatic.
Its loud roar tells me to grasp victory! Erupting, burning
Yes, it has to be super close though.
You just poked him with 3 fingers. It wasn't even
He learned
one. He
from-
used 3.
He learned from Amuro. Impale the end of the Gundam. No, that was
so-
Camille.
I feel like they
So
all
with
did that.
the Shining Finger also has a few scenes that are incredibly dramatic, in which he goes, "Take all my rage, my hate, my love, everything, burning finger." Yeah. So that series is very silly. Some of the other series, like Gundam Seed, is a little bit more serious. Gundam Seed is an interesting take because it runs kind of like a parallel story to the original Gundam series,
Hmm.
with just certain things changed. For example, in Gundam Seed, the Federation is completely led by evil people. Not a little evil, very evil. The analog for Xeon, they're super evil too.
I mean, I guess they just have to be more evil because that doesn't sound too different from what it was before.
The Federation is so evil, it does Titan things
Uh,
to its own forces.
hmm.
Kind of like Titan.
So, like, that level of evil,
Hmm. I see.
in which Federation forces decide that maybe they just need to create their own faction. like the military actually went, oh, our superiors are not good people. We need to switch sides.
Switch sides or make a side?
Interesting enough, Federation forces and the analog for Xeon, which was called Zaft, made their decided to join a neutral faction with the equivalence of like Sweden.
It just joined Sweden?
Yeah, basically.
Wow. Good for Sweden.
So the premise of this particular show, other following a very close, similar approximation of the events of the original Gundam show, you can see similar story beats, though some of the events are more twisted.
Hmm.
For example, do you remember in the original show how that one Federation officer detained them at the space station because they thought they stole the white base?
Yes.
So in Gundam Seed, that event happens, but not for the same reason. That base was owned by a different nation of the Federation, and they kind of wanted all these prototype designs for themselves.
Ah.
So they're allies, but
Not really.
they're all part of the same Federation, but we kind of want this new shiny toy you have. It'd be unfortunate if you just all suddenly disappeared and was never seen again.
Yeah.
So slightly more twisted, if you will. But in Gundam Seed, the other big kind of separator is the people that live in Zaft. Instead of new types, there's called coordinators.
Mm.
And coordinators are genetically altered to be just better. Just better in all ways.
I see.
So the origin story is John Glenn went on some sort of space adventure, and when he came back, he told everyone that he was in fact a genetically altered being that received genetic alterations and essentially created a new faction called that turned into Zaft. So everyone in Zaft is basically a coordinator and thus a more advanced human being.
I see.
Coordinators have the ability to go Super Saiyan in combat,
Huh.
in which it shows the general representation of this is a seed breaking. And that lets you know they're going that this person has gone Super Saiyan. Their eyes kind of glaze over, and they refer to it as berserk, but yeah, Super Saiyan. And somehow uh, their their mobile suit becomes even better than it was before while they're Super Saiyan.
It's because they pilot it better.
Yeah, they're piloting at a higher level. But yeah, so slightly different story because now you have the person who is the analog for Camille, not Camille, sorry, Armoro, is a coordinator,
Ah.
and his ability to get into the Gundam and turn it on was he actually got into it and then rewrote the entire operating system because that's just something that he could do casually.
Yeah.
In fact, it the Federation were very surprised by his alterations to it because they no longer recognize the OS completely. And let's just say that his version was better than the one they made.
Yeah, cause like he's like good at it and stuff.
Well, yeah, he's like superhuman, so like the greatest normal people, not quite to the same level as a coordinator. But the real kicker is the member of the equivalent of Char, his team that originally tries to do that interaction with like scouting the Gundam.
Yeah.
One of those people is his best friend,
Huh.
which adds another twist.
Yeah.
A best friend that he's lost contact with. And now to add even more
Drama.
twist, at the same time, Zaft and his friend are doing a heist. They're stealing the Gundams. So instead of gun tank
That's
and
never
gun
been
cannon,
done before.
imagine Xeon like stealing those.
Huh.
So very different story at that point.
Yeah.
Now he lives on a colony that is not a member of the Federation, but in fact members of Orb, which is like Sweden. But apparently, Sweden decided to make mobile suits for the Federation.
I thought they were like meant to be neutral.
That's Switzerland.
Yeah, that's kind of why Zaft attacked them.
Ah.
Now, most of Orb is like a neutral island nation, but they also have this one space colony.
Hmm.
So that's kind of like. So as I said, there's a lot of story beats that are like just copy paste from Gundam, but like more twisted. But there's also kind of like some weird changes. And your knowledge of the original Gundam series kind of enhances that because you can kind of like see the comparison of like the cracks, like just where things are wrong. Then you also another Gundam alternative universe is Gundam Wing, which was really popular when I was young. Which, interesting enough, the manga kind of insults the Gundam Wing staff a little bit.
Huh?
So the story of Gundam Wing was that the colonies have very advanced technology,
Mm-hmm.
and the Federation is only on Earth. And each of the colonies made a single Gundam made of an ore called Gundanium.
Uh-huh.
The colonies discovered that there is a secret organization that is attempting to overthrow the Federation.
Okay.
So they're going to send each colony is going to send a single Gundam with a collection of missions to make sure that doesn't happen.
Hmm.
And hooray to the losers, because they totally set everything in motion themselves for the Federation to be overthrown. By killing all the high-level Federation leaders that were going to stop the insurrection.
Why did they think that was a good idea?
They didn't know. They were told this plane was full of all the bad guys.
Oh.
And so they willingly get used as the instrument of overthrowing the Federation. Now, some trademarks of this particular show is that each of the colonies Gundam is super overpowered and crazy, but that some of the characters are a little emo. For example, the main character, one of the main protagonists called Hero, at the premise of maybe not winning, he like is very up to just self detonate his Gundam casually.
You could
With
also
him in it,
not.
yeah, but the thing is, like, tries to detonate it with himself in it.
Yeah,
He's
like
not,
yeah, like you could just not. You know? I feel
mission
like it's better.
accomplished. And it's kind of weird because he runs into, like, the daughter of a noble family who really just wants to be his friend, and he doesn't understand the concept of friendship.
Nice.
And so you have this very warm, diplomatic person that wants to be his friend, and he's like, talking is, not the mission, he's so cold. And this only makes that noble woman work harder. Because, like, this just becomes her job. She wakes up and goes, "Oh, cat, to make sure Hero is, doing okay." As much as he doesn't, like, in any way wish to interact with her at all. But yeah, the crazy thing is none of the other characters in Gundam Wing know about the other characters until they run into each other.
Huh.
None of the colonies, like, in any way talked with each other. They, like, had a meeting and decided that, this organization's a threat, and then decided not to in any way further talk to each other. They just went, interesting, and they all went separate ways and then built a secret Gundam.
Nice. That's communication.
Yeah. So a little unfortunate. So you actually have some of the protagonists attacking each other because they don't know the other one exists. So it's just all a well thought out plan, as you can tell.
Yeah, definitely well thought out. No hole.
Then there's another series, Gundam X. Gundam X kind of follows the a what if the 1 year war got worse.
But like, why?
Instead of just dropping one colony on Earth, if the equivalent of Xeon decided to just drop more,
But why? Why did? Why?
so essentially, like Earth is in this post-apocalyptic thing where most of the governments have basically just collapsed, and it's kind of local governments only.
I mean, that makes sense.
And I don't know if you've ever heard of the movie Mad Max.
I think I've heard of it before. I don't know anything about it though.
Okay. I think Mr. B might be familiar with Mad Max then.
Yep.
That's basically what like Earth is. Where like the highest level of government might be a single city.
Yeah.
And there is no government. There are mercenaries, and one of the mercenary factions is called Vulture. And like a Vulture is someone who owns like kind of like a you know how like the white base is?
Yeah.
Imagine so each of those carriers would be a single Vulture.
Oh, okay.
But the Vultures are in no way affiliated with each other. So they're roaming around, except they have wheels.
So it's like the machine, those cities. What's that movie?
Yeah. I keep wanting to say City of Machines, but that doesn't sound right.
Oh, no, Zombie Spawner.
Mortal Engines.
Mortal Engines.
Yeah, that's it. That's it.
Well, it's
think-
like take those
Did you want-
white base carriers that the Federation had and put wheels on. And those are the Vultures, and those are just like an independent faction
But you can use
that are
right?
loosely associated with each other. And so, like, each of these Vultures has like a couple of mobile suits and so forth. Our main character is introduced by some mobile suits attacking a city, and he grapple hooks and kicks the pilot out of their mobile suit, saving the town. The town pays him. He has some good yummy food, and someone pays him to rescue someone from a vulture.
I see.
And he goes off and does this and successfully accomplishes it. But when he hands off the girl, he gets this significant feeling that she's not okay with this. This person that he's doing business with, she seems incredibly repulsed by. And that makes him go, "Oh, I did not rescue you. This is a bad person." Okay. And decides to rescue the girl from the people that he was paid to bring her to.
Huh.
So, car chase later, they find a abandoned mobile suit factory in which they find the Gundam X. and he found a control unit when he was rescuing her, and the Gundam X is completely worthless without a control unit. So he stole a control unit from the Vulture originally, and he puts it in, and boom, Gundam X turns on.
Nice.
He uses Gundam X to kind of escape the people, the bad people, and then the Vulture tries to rescue the girl and sends out mercenaries, but then calls the mercenaries back when he sees that the moon is up.
Eh? It's the moon. That's a naturally occurring thing. Like that happens a lot.
The Gundam X had a ability to receive energy from the moon.
But not the
There was
sun?
like no. It's like a moon base that sends a that directly like laser transmits power to the Gundam X.
Wait, so they can't just like turn that off?
It's on the moon, and like none of these people have access to space travel.
Huh.
Their carrier has wheels.
Yeah, okay, that's fair.
So like all the mercenaries are like, why would we run away? And then like it's revealed like some more bad guys show up, and the girl he's rescuing is a new type,
Hmm.
not the main character. And she has advanced new type abilities. Like she can just flat out predict the future. So like when enemy attacks come, she can basically just go left, right, right, and just have the person doing this just dodge everything.
Ah.
She can turn on the thing that allows the Gundam X to pull that energy from the moon, which powers up the super death laser.
Of course there's the super death laser. Why would there not be a super death laser?
Well, that was the whole point. Was the Gundam X was meant to stop the colonies from being dropped on Earth.
Ah.
So super death lasers to blow up those colonies. Also, Mr. B, swimming in lava is not good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, swimming in lava is generally not healthy.
Then we find out that the Vulture person who had obtained the new type girl, he was a Federation new type, and he was out in space when essentially all the colonies got dropped. And he has super PTSD. And his reasoning for rescuing the girl was to keep her safe from
Mhm.
anyone who would want to, because he's a new type. He wanted to keep the other new types safe. So he's kind of going around and finding new types to keep them safe.
Yeah.
Completely honorable person.
Yeah, for sure.
Like he actually has no alternative motive.
Oh.
Legitimately no alternative motive other than I'm a new type and I don't want to see other new types exploited. Another alternative series is Turn a Gundam. which is the weirdest one yet. Because the forces of the moon invade Earth.
Why?
And the protagonist is one of those people from the moon.
Huh.
Everyone on Earth has incredibly primitive mobile suit technology, and the moon people have super advanced technology. Return of Gundam is really, really weird because it also references other Gundam series. That show suggests that there's a multiverse, essentially.
They just like casually just like drop the idea of a multiverse in.
Yeah. And some of the characters in Turn to Gundam know about the multiverse, essentially.
That's interesting for sure.
Turn to Gundam's special ability is to fly up into the air and basically antimatter destroy everything.
Huh.
Other than that, Turn to Gundam isn't very strong.
So it has its antimatter rifle or whatever. And other
Well,
than
no,
that, it
it's
doesn't do anything.
antimatter butterfly wings,
Oh. Why?
but it has to float over the enemy for it to be effective.
That's a very strange design choice. I feel like there
And the
were...
pilot doesn't know about its antimatter butterfly wings.
Why is he piloting it then? What's the point of building it if you're never gonna let anyone, never gonna let the guy piloting
It
go?
was supposedly it was used once to do very terrible things.
And they just left it there, but didn't tell anyone. What if he just like pressed the wrong button one time?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like, there's so many problems with that.
He continuously switches factions during the Turn to Gundam, so I can understand not telling him of those features.
Why would they let him have the Gundam at all, though?
I mean, other than that, it's not a very strong Gundam.
Yeah, but it's like an antimatter butterfly wing.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a pretty... I feel like that's a reason to
I don't
not...
think that one can be casually turned on, though. And I don't think he can turn it on without some additional assistance.
Hmm.
I don't remember a lot from that show. It was long.
It was long?
He was in a lot of weird positions. The more recent Gundam series is actually called The Witch from Mercury, which is another alternative universe.
I remember you saying you were watching it.
I watched the prologue, which is that this character works for a particular corporation. And the government decides to go with another corporation's contract in the way that you would not want the government to do that in. By allowing that corporation to exterminate everyone from your corporation.
Why?
apparently there can only be one corporation. I don't know. I haven't figured out why, because I've just watched the prologue episode of them doing it, in which the government just kind of turned around and whistled and
Trying to make.
oh no, everyone from that corporation's dead. How did that happen?
Yeah.
Unfortunately, they kind of missed a few people. Also, this person has a little child, and so the Gundam in which from Mercury that the corporation was working on, apparently it could read your thoughts, and the AI would try to react to your thoughts, and it was not reacting to the thoughts of the mother. The tiny toddler, it decided, yes, that's the one I'm going to follow. And the toddler just basically, like, laughingly tapped the shining lights on the screen, and then the Gundam destroyed them all. And you just see the toddler going, and clapping. And you're like, oh no.
Yeah, that's really bad. It's like really bad.
She becomes the witch, apparently, and thus main protagonist. So episode 1 is her being, grown up. So we go from her and her mom surviving the corporation being wiped out, which may have been government sanctioned. So I haven't watched any other episodes. There's 2 seasons. I've been meaning to watch it, but I gotta watch it on Crunchyroll one of these days. I'm trying to remember if I don't think F91 was part of the original series. No, I don't think it was.
F91?
Yeah, F91 Gundam. I think that's also an alternative universe.
Seems like there's a lot of those.
There's a lot. The idea was like you have your main timeline that would follow canon events, and then the other ones are like what if stories, or use Gundam as a platform for something else.
Yeah.
And this kind of let some Gundam people do crazy things like G Gundam with the like Street Fighter thing.
Yeah.
And kind of turn Gundam into like a martial arts tournament thing. Now, technically, you've also skipped 08 MS Team.
No, I think we watched that one.
We watch that one.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't actually provide you a link to that, so I'm surprised.
Wiki.
I asked you which one was next at some point, and you said it, so I found it on my own.
Okay. Yeah, that one. I think I warned you that one had an early scene that was a little inappropriate.
So did 7-9 though.
Fair.
I think even this one has had similar scenes. Or the one I think Zeta had similar scenes as well.
I only knew of one that was in Zeta, but it wasn't originally in the English dub.
Hmm.
So I'm kind of surprised that because originally that was taken out of the English dub.
I see.
The English DVDs like skipped a bunch of scenes. So I guess Right Stuff brought those scenes back in. Interesting.
Hmm.
They ended up redubbing Gundam Seed, which was interesting.
I guess the dub wasn't good enough the first time.
Well, they kind of cut one of my favorite scenes from Gundam Seed,
Huh.
in which Camille asks, "How can you fight when your only weapons are your emotions?" Which I think that's hilarious.
Especially from him.
I'm sorry,
Oh.
not Camille.
He had a lot of them.
Sorry, Kira from Gundam Seed.
Kira.
He was very annoyed because there were these rebels fighting against Zaft, but like they were using jeeps and pickup trucks with like rocket launchers, and they were trying to fight mobile suits with that.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like it would end well.
It wasn't ending well.
Was this a protagonist? Or an antagonist?
Kira says that to the rebels.
But
Kira was the main protagonist.
I see.
The rebels give us another protagonist who eventually becomes a mobile suit pilot and is discovered to be who becomes. This has a very Gundam Seed has a very weird love triangle thing that kind of goes on because Kira's friend is set to marry this girl, right?
Okay.
By the end of the series, Kira, not his friend, marries the girl with the pink hair.
Why? What?
And the character who was originally going to marry that person ends up marrying the princess to the Sweden.
That's okay.
So we have like a bunch of like weird swapping of relationships there. Gundam Seed also kind of has a few characters that are morally questionable.
I feel like all of the Gundams have characters that are morally questionable.
Yeah, but like they're working with the protagonist and they become so morally questionable that they end up stop being the protagonist of the story.
But why? Why would they work
For
with him and then not work with him?
Well, as I said in Gundam Seed, the Federation kind of pulls an old we're super evil, we're going to destroy all our forces, we're secretly the Titans.
Ah. Yeah, okay. Yeah.
And one officer goes, "That's okay.
You just say, oh, this is fine.
This is fine."
We didn't need that colony anyway.
Well,
We didn't need that
what
portion
the
of
Federation
everyone.
was doing in
anyway.
Gundam Seed is they ordered their forces to hold an area, and then they were just going to drop nukes on the area.
That's not very nice.
Wiping out their own forces as well.
Yeah, that's not good.
Some members of the Federation were no longer members of the Federation after that. Like, you know, we were loyal to the army, but I don't know now.
Yeah. Were they like losing the point, or was their plan the entire time to just nuke them?
I think it was the original plan. And so some of the officers reacted differently to that. And so the one that made a bunch of morally questionable decisions beforehand stayed loyal to the Federation after the fact.
Hmm.
But definitely could not continue serving on a ship that has decided that the Federation flag is being removed off the ship. For example, one of those protagonists was like the second command of the ship, you know, like the number 2.
Yeah.
And decided to call up the Zaft forces and say, by the way, your Supreme Leader's daughter is here. Here is a gun. If you continue attacking us, I'm going to shoot her. The number 1 captain was like, whoa, that's not cool.
Yeah.
Also, you have some characters who kind of watch their families get killed and decide to go super crazy
Hmm.
and start like physically manipulating the protagonist. Because they're crazy now. And they kind of want to see the protagonist die.
Hmm. That's not great.
So they're going to kind of manipulate charismatically and with charm to put that main protagonist in as much danger as possible.
Hmm.
So as I said, Gundam Seed kind of is a little bit darker. Everything's a little twisted. Which is very different from, say, G Gundam
Yeah.
with its windmill Gundam.
Windmill Gundam. Whoa.
I think one of the jokes is that Holland's Gundam just hid as a windmill and no one saw it. It just like sat down and sat out the original battles.
That's funny.
Solid tactic, though.
Unfortunately, once it turned into time for the final tournament, that didn't help it.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, no. That would not help it.
Oh, there's going to be like a new Gundam series based on the main storyline, and it's going back to A Xeon protagonist.
Hmm. Hmm.
It looks extra shiny.
Heh.
Let's see what the name of it is. They keep teasing me about Gundam UC Engage.
What is that?
That is a Gundam mobile game in which you deploy your forces and you watch them like duke it out in 3D.
Huh.
It also attempts to retell some of the stories. So this is a trailer for the new show. Called Gundam Requiem for Vengeance.
Wow, it does look very good.
Yeah, the CGA looks great.
Yeah, that looks really good.
They rendered it with Unreal Engine 5.
Okay, that makes sense actually. It's funny how Unreal Engine is being used for like animation only. That's funny.
Well, I think some people are actually using it to like make backdrops and even TV series.
Yeah, because it's just so good looking. Like it's actually insane.
Yeah.
Can be.
Well, DK, I think I'm at a decent stopping point, so
Okay,
let's
I
just
didn't choose to stream today
yeah.
because I didn't think me walking around in a circle was stream worthy.
Fair. Well, give us 1 second. Well, everyone, I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, slap like, subscribe, and goodbyes.
Bye, everyone.